The next entry in the Counter-Strike franchise is coming out soon, and CSGO, which is its latest entry, launching 21st of August 2012, has been relevant for over 10 years. I remember buying it back in July of 2013, and at first, I didn't play it. I thought it was Counter-Strike Source when I bought it, but it turned out to be the wrong game. Then, in 2014, all of a sudden, all of my friends started playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And since then, I've close to 3,000 hours in the game, and I didn't go idle a lot. The game gathered a completely new audience when it was first released. And with the release of Counter-Strike 2, CSGO will fade into obscurity. And let me tell you, the CS2 beta is amazing. So I wanted to make this video as a send-off to a beloved game, and some of its memories, now that Counter-Strike Global Offensive will be put to rest. And we start off with modern games. Some games have complexity in it, with battle royales, with buildings in Fortnite and super gimmicky things. But Counter-Strike stands out from other games with its simplicity. 2 teams, 5 versus 5, terrorist plants bomb, they win. Counter-terrorist defuse bomb, they win. Or if any team kills the other, they win. The game is basic in its features compared to modern games, but complexity in its multitude of different playstyles is where Counter-Strike shines. Counter-Strike has also many different ways of playing it thanks to the community servers, and maps such as surfing and other party maps. But competitive 5 versus 5 is what Counter-Strike is famous for. And because of that, the game became popular amongst win-craving first-person shooter heads who wants to win and with their aim skills and team coordination. With the first official Counter-Strike tournament back in 2001 was Cyber Athlete Professional League, CPL. And in 2001 that took place in Dallas, Texas and was won by the Swedish team Ninjas in Pyjamas. And 2 years later, the well-known Counter-Strike version 1.6 was released, and is recalled as the best and original version of Counter-Strike. 3 years later, Counter-Strike Source was released in 2004, and the community immediately noticed that the weapons worked differently, in a less skillful way to be more exact. The guns used to have more spray patterns that skilled players could control, but now all guns just shoots randomly. So the majority of the competitive scene stayed in Counter-Strike 1.6. Several years later, with the release of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, the competitive scene was looking almost the same. The game was buggy and not preferred by pro players. But with the coming year, after its release, the game got a major update gameplay-wise and with its visuals. So players who enjoyed 1.6 gameplay and gunplay got it in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, but with modern graphics. And back in the day of 1.6, there were fewer professional teams compared to modern Counter-Strike. Teams such as Ninjas in Pyjamas, Complexity, Mouse and Navi were big names back then, but now there's so many teams that are competing for the top. Counter-Strike Global Offensive is today one of the biggest esports and arguably the best FPS esports by some, including me. I started playing myself in the spring of 2014 during the Operation Phoenix, and if I have to brag, I got the gold coin from the operation, which not many have. And I remember I started in Silver 1, and I loved the system of climbing the ranks to become better, and which had no promotion style of ranked games like League of Legends, which made every game as important as the last one. And after 2 years of climbing and 614 competitive wins later, I ended up in the Global Elite. But I only stayed in Global Elite for 8 games and then I deranked, and I never achieved it again. Counter-Strike used to be famous for its gameplay and competitive scenes, but these days looks different. The game is arguably more famous for its Valve, the company behind Counter-Strike, created the first loot box back in Team Fortress 2 in an update in 2010. And 3 years later, it was implemented into Counter-Strike Global Offensive and became a major hit. A lot of players bought cases and keys to unlock it for a chance to get a rare item. And around 2014, when I started with Counter-Strike, I remembered a lot of YouTubers such as Anomaly, The War Owl, and Sparkles helped the CSGO YouTube presence with knife unboxings and other highlights which caught the eye of FPS players. and helped grow CSGO community. With skins and large interests in the game, the market for skins is big and the price is just climbing, and especially since the Counter-Strike 2 announcement. Me personally, I have opened some cases. I have opened 2 knives, which the first one was a Safari mesh trash bayonet that didn't go for anything back in the day. But the second one was actually a Phase 2 Doppler Karambit, and I actually opened it in the starting ceremony of Summer DreamHack 2015. But I was completely stupid and I sold it after just 1 year for a pretty penny. And if you are a person who knows about the Counter-Strike skins market, that was a stupid mistake on my behalf. Because these days it goes for 10 times the price compared to when I had it. These are not exact numbers, but I sold it for around $300 in 2017. And now it goes for around $2,000. But that's not the only personal memory I have with the game. As you may have noticed, this game means a lot to me and has impacted me and my friends, and has changed us forever. The majority of my friends played Counter-Strike every day back in high school. Everything from normal competitive to sweaty 5 vs 5 customs with 9 friends in a bad TeamSpeak server. Doesn't matter how old I will be, I will always talk in Counter-Strike terms with my friends and make callback to certain games I had when I was 16. Some people say that video games are a waste of time, but I disagree. I used to cry of laughter almost daily from stupid moments while playing with my friends, and I have some vivid memories of things me and my friends did, certain rounds, certain games. Counter-Strike 2 would probably be the exact same game with just a visual upgrade and some neat new features, but I will still miss Counter-Strike Global Offensive. The feeling of just saying CSGO and thinking everything in CSGO will be different. But now with the release of CS2 beta, it's time for me to dust off my AK spray and practice some new smoke throws before the game releases. And thank you, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I will forever miss you.
Easy for ends.